The top senior soccer players from the Sandusky Bay clash with the best of the best from the greater Mansfield area in the North Central Ohio Scholastic Soccer Coaches Association All-Star Game. Streaming live and free wherever Facebook and YouTube can be found. And it's only on the OH Report. Coming your way. Next.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, COSSCA Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with COSSCA.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Goodness, what a catch!
Local All-Stars take the pitch today for the final time as high school athletes, as our live and free coverage of the NCOSSCA All-Star Game starts right now. Good afternoon, folks, or morning, technically, I guess. It is just about 11 a.m., and welcome to Ashland Community Stadium. I'm Brian Skoronsky alongside Travis Berardi. Got a lot of fun festivities on hand here, Travis. Lots of great talent. Should be a quality showcase of some quality young soccer players.
On the frozen tundra that is Community Stadium with the snow falling. But hey, we have one more soccer match for the boys, one more soccer match for the girls. And this is one more chance for these SBC teams to finally get ahead of these Mansfield area teams because, you know, Lexington, Ontario, usually playing each other in the district championship, and all those SBC teams just sitting at home watching. So they have one more chance to get some payback at these guys.
That's what makes the boys game so great, is exactly that dynamic, the fact that it is the best players from the greater Mansfield area taking on the best players from the Sandusky Bay Conference. So as you mentioned, it's been the Mansfield players, at least in tournament action on the high school soccer pitch, that get the best of their Sandusky Bay counterparts. But in this game, when all the talent blends together, it becomes a mesh of all of the best players from every single team. It's been very competitive over these last several seasons. These two teams, it's made for some good soccer all-star action.
And I'm just glad it's back down here in Ashland. It's usually up on the bay, you know, up in the Sandusky area, yep. But they moved down here this year, and we're glad to have it. I'm looking forward to it because, you know, we do our all-star football games, we do the all-star basketball game, never done an all-star soccer match, so I'm looking forward to see, you know, what goes on. Is this going to be high scoring? Is it going to be a defensive battle? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to being inside the press box and not out there like our camera people, bless their souls.
Yeah, storm coming through here in the Ashland area, of course, today, and here we are. Still got our jackets on. It's kind of chilly in the press box, and the attire not so great for some of us.
I've already been picked on by half of the fans in attendance here today.
So we appreciate you fans out there for letting them know, you know, get some proper Sunday wear, Travis. Your Sunday best.
15-10, my friend.
Okay. So here is a look at the crowd today. So, you know, not a ton of people here in attendance, probably because of the weather coming through. So we are happy to provide this live and free to you guys on the OH Report here this afternoon. And a lot of cool stuff going down today. We're going to honor some referees at some point. We've got a couple of scholarship winners. So definitely a lot of top-level elite, not just the players, but also some great refs and some good coaches out here today too, Travis.
Yeah, a lot. We have 5 All-Ohioans that are going to be playing in this match today. Go through them. Nathan Monstra is there. This snow literally just started falling right before we came on the air, right before these boys went out there for warm-ups. They were all in their hoodies and everything. Take everything off, and it just starts snowing. The wind's picking up. Not the adequate conditions for this, but thankfully, it's an all-star game. Hopefully they can have some fun with it. But the 5 All-Ohioans, Nathan Monastra from Worcester will be playing today. Gage Potter from Lexington, we've seen him a lot of times. He's going to be fun to watch. Walker Ciso from Milan Edison. Jack Depperschmidt, another one that we've seen a few games so far this year from Lexington. Braden Luce from Mansfield Christian as well. So, you know, not only an all-star game, but a lot of, you know, really good talent. I mean, you can't even see out there. It's almost whiteout conditions. This is going to be fun, but some really good senior talent they'll show off today.
No question about it. And what is so exciting, I think, for these players and for us as commentators is that they get a chance, you know, that they've been going head-to-head for years and years and years, from the youth level all the way up through high school, and now they get to come together. You know, you've been clashing as either conference rivals or certainly in the tournament when you get into the playoffs. They get to join together. So for these players in any all-star game, it's always fun to have that opportunity. Guys that you've been trying to, you know, snatch their soul for years, Travis. Now you get to be teammates. You get to combine your talent with theirs and see if you can't knock off some guys and from another area. So I do definitely love the Mansfield area versus the Sandusky area. This is cool.
Well, and also, this is one more time for some of these guys that play club soccer together. This is their last chance to play together before moving on to college. So it's both ways. You have one more chance of playing with some guys that you don't play during the season, but in club. And then, like you said, a couple guys that you can maybe get some payback with that, on the other side.
So the Mansfield area teams are going to be in the home jerseys. They're sporting the white, and the teams that are going to be represented here today are the Ashland Arrows, Clear Fork Colts, Galleon Tigers, Lexington Minutemen. Loudonville has a player in there. So does Madison. So does Mansfield Christian. So does Mansfield Senior. Ontario has a couple, and Mansfield St. Peter's. On the other side, the home team actually is wearing the away colors today, but they are going to be Edison, Huron, Oak Harbor, Sandusky Perkins, Port Clinton, the Sandusky Blue Streaks, Vermilion, and Willard.
And the Sandusky Bay players still in pants. We'll see if they keep those on for the match, but the Mansfield area home whites, all in shorts. I would not be able to do that, Brian. It'd be too cold for me.
A lot of these players play deep in the tournament, and these are the conditions sometimes that you see, of course, when you're playing into November on the soccer pitch. So a little bit of snow, I don't think is going to create too many problems for these guys. Easy for me to say from way upstairs inside of a heated press box, though, right?
Yeah, with 5 layers on right now, jacket,
Just
couple
3?
shirts.
Just 3,
Just
Travis.
3? Okay. Oh, that's good. What's your prediction for this, Brian? Do you think this is going to be high scoring, or you think this is going to be more defensive?
I think because of the weather that we're going to see not necessarily a high-scoring game. I can envision at least 7 combined goals here. So for an all-star game, this is our first one for soccer. I imagine that would be kind of high-scoring, but for guys these good offensively, who knows? We'll find out. Step aside real quick for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. So all ready for action here at Ashland Community Stadium. The best senior athletes from the greater Mansfield area going toe-to-toe with the best of the best from that Sandusky Bay Conference here. And I'm expecting, I guess, what you would consider a high-scoring game, Travis. I'm going with at least 7 goals today.
4-3?
4-3 has a nice ring to it. Not sure who's going to come out on top. We know that in high school soccer, it's been Mansfield area dominating the Sandusky Bay Conference area. But this is a different element with all the players coming together here. And this has been a competitive match, so I don't really know if I can pick one side or the other. There's definitely several great players on both sides of the equation today.
And I think the upper hand's going to go to the team going right to left first. We have wind blowing pretty hard from right to left on your television screens when we start, so, you know, getting some extra yardage out of those longer kicks might help them out. And I don't know how closely officiated this is going to be. If it's maybe a foot offsides, they're going to let it go. Like, you know, you've seen in other All-Star games, the refereeing is a little bit looser, so we'll see if that has to play as well.
Yeah, I imagine that they're going to let these guys play, and I don't know how physical it's going to get out on the field. Maybe it will.
Well, I know most of the rivals here on the same side. You have Ontario and Lexington and Clear Fork and Ashland all on the same side.
Yeah.
So maybe they won't pass. I don't know. Will they pass the ball to each other? Will they, you know? But
that's a good question. You know, because even though sometimes it's cool to play with other area all-stars at the same time, I mean, you've been trying to knock these guys off for your entire career. Now all of a sudden I have to play nice with them. I have to look for you on the counterattack or try to set you up for a goal. So some interesting dynamics also will be on display here. And I do see that there's a couple of players on the Sandusky Bay side that are electing to keep their pants on. They still got hoodies on. And the snow is falling, so I can't say that I blame them.
hey, if it doesn't affect your range of motion, why not stay bundled up? But here we go. And I want to know, have any of these players, these teams, had a chance to practice together too? That's going to be an issue today as well.
We'll see. Chris Laux is the head of this whole All-Star game. If he has an opportunity to swing by up here, we'll find out if these teams have been practicing. Obviously, you know, Lexington, they have the most players that are participating today. They just finished their season in the state Final Four just a few days ago, so they're at least still going to be sharp. You know that they're in game shape and that they are ready for action. They're the only team that can say that, I do believe, out of everyone that's on display here.
I think you're right, Brian. Bay, not one of those teams that's in the Sandusky Bay Conference, but that was the team that knocked off Lexington. All these others, it was Ontario, I think, closest to Lexington that played. It was a district championship. All the others, I don't believe, even made a district final. So some of them had some time off, maybe started basketball practice as well.
So no shots yet, as we're just about 2 minutes here into the action. Not a good clearance that time there by the keeper. So here comes the Mansfield area All-Stars. And Gage Johnson puts it into the box. Now Potter sets it up, and the shot sails wide there from Andrew Mills of Ashland. But that's the best connection so far that we've seen here in the early going.
Yeah, it was Gage Potter from Lexington trying to feed it to him there. Just a little wide to the left. But the first main chance here is Potter. Again, nice pass ahead. Can't get the cross, though. It's going to be a corner.
So our first set piece, and these are going to be interesting, of course, especially if these teams have not really been practicing with one another. You know, what do? There's so many different strategies, certainly off of a corner kick. As that one is put into heavy traffic, and the keeper able to dive on top. I believe it's Jake Thompson in net from Edison.
So after the first offensive possession that SBC had, it's been all Mansfield in the last couple of minutes. Another chance here by Potter.
Taking it all the way inside to the 6. Wasn't able to get very much behind it on a shot attempt. Defended well there by Oak Harbor's Mason Gradle.
Josh Collins from Oak Harbor has it knocked away momentarily.
And again, here comes the Mansfield All-Stars with Mills slinging it from way downtown.
I think that's going to be a corner. I think it went right off the keeper's hand as it went by.
Good shot down there of Mills. Sets it up for the left foot. Just launches one outside of the woodwork. Must have got deflected somewhere along the way because it is going to set up corner kick number 2 here.
That'll be Mills from Ashland, I believe.
No, it's Tyler Daniels of Ontario here who's going to send this one into play. Good look to back post. This is Mills.
Couple 10s out there, but I'll get it right sometime.
He got tripped up. Didn't get a whistle. Boy, he thought that he should have got one. I think I agree with him. There was a lot of contact there, not a lot of the ball. And there are the fans here at Ashland Community Stadium, breathing the snow here so that they can take in some all-star soccer. Maybe they didn't get the memo that they could have just stayed home and watched on the OH report.
I'm guessing it's family watching their kids out here. That would be the only reason, I think.
You gotta support.
Unless you're a diehard, then, hey, more to you being out here in the snow. Oh, big collision there.
I don't know that it generated a whistle. Maybe it did.
And it did. I believe that went against...
It went against the Mansfield, which was interesting because the tackle was made by the Sandusky Bay player. Nevertheless, off the restart, here comes the Sandusky Bay All-Stars. Good pass into traffic, but it's going to be poked away from Chris Grace, leading goal scorer for the Blue Streaks this season. And a lot of the run of play so far in the first 6 minutes belonging to the Mansfield area players. Seem to have a better connection.
Actually, I think that was Joey Lenzik from Huron in the red, number 10, that had it stripped away. So I guess as expected, the Mansfield area squad really controlling the pace and the offensive possessions thus far.
Slippery ball, just comes right out of the hands there. And another great tackle, good pressure being created by the Mansfield All-Stars. This is back at the feet of Mills. Looking to go 1v1. Gets around Collins, lofts it, and the wind kept it up. Matter of fact, pushed it back into the field of play, so still available inside the 18. But the cross out of the field of play over the touchline, setting up a goal kick.
Yeah, the wind really curved that one back in. It looked like it was easily going out of bounds, but then a nice gust pushes it back in. Gave the chance, right? It just hit on the line and came back. But the SBC player is able to get the clear.
Looking to reverse fields as they push it up top. Here comes some pressure being created there by Grace. Now Walker Frankhouse to the middle, finds some feet. Mills has been about the most active player that we've had here early on in the match.
And for Frankhouse and Gallion, great season for them this year. Finishing second, I believe, in the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference, right behind Ontario, who once again won it. But seeing a Gallion squad that they haven't been playing soccer for too many years, and they're already, showing some life.
Just their third season, I do believe. And their coach, Eric Palmer, down on the sideline, helping coach up the Mansfield area All-Stars today.
Have some comments already on our YouTube and Facebook. Keith McLaughlin, thanks so much for broadcasting and allowing those of us who couldn't tote the little ones out for this game the opportunity to watch. So, well, thank you for watching. That is why we are here bringing this for you live and free today.
Here's a turnover. Head of steam coming back the other way. Walker Cisco taken away. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Josh Collins, leading goal scorer for Oak Harbor this season. And the counterattack in full swing now. As here's Jack Depperschmidt, OCC Defensive Player of the Year. Looking for his teammate, Gage Potter, who made a nice charge. But the keeper handles it yet again.
Yeah, maybe got a little too much on that. Wind might have played a bit of a factor as well. Easily taken by the keeper. Andy Wostman in a battle there, taken away from him.
Oh, good
Nice
look here
pass.
from Daniels to Potter for the first goal of the match. Coming just about 10 minutes in. And it's Gage Potter putting it away, the Lexington All-Ohioan second-teamer in Division II.
We've seen that a lot from him this year. Getting the breakaway, beautiful pass to him as well. And it was just him and the keeper, and he put it at top shelf.
On the money with that pass from Daniels for the assists. So that's one of those unique, strange circumstances. How about Ontario helping out a Lexington guy get a goal? Weird.
Cats and dogs getting together in harmony. Ontario and Lexington working together.
One more look at our Tritico Sign Company replay. Just threading the needle there right beyond the defender. We know the Potter's got the speed and the finishing ability. Over 30 goals on the season. Had more than 20 assists too. So Gage Potter, I think arguably the most confident, best offensive player that's on the field here today. Depperschmidt maybe the most valuable defender too. Able to clear that one out of their territory.
Two major pieces in that Lexington State Final Four squad, a squad that we didn't know what they would do before the season. Couple ties to start off, and then a big 1-0 victory over Lima. Shawnee really got things going for Lexington and took them to the State Final Four. And finally, SBC, good offensive chance here. They're going to get a throw in deep in Mansfield's territory.
Haven't produced a shot yet. And a big pressure. Good looking pass though. But how about the defense being applied there by the Mansfield All-Stars? Looked like Jeff Moody of Clear Fork coming out, making it tough. Mason Gradle thought that he might have a clear path to the net.
Still got the deflection. He'll get a corner.
Here's Gradle, drives it in low. Not very well struck. But SBC sticking with it. That one's going to make its way through, setting up a goal kick for Garrett Weaver. Another Lexington player. 5 Minutemen will be on display here in this all-star event, including Nate Kramer, Jacob Hathaway. You already saw Potter and Depperschmidt.
And Weaver, who just took that goal kick.
A lot of turnovers back and forth. Now Mills to the outside for Daniels, who set up the only goal of the match.
For a second, he was looking for Potter cutting through. Now he does find him.
Oh, nice pass. But another good tackle. And I don't know that we're going to get too many whistles, certainly inside of the box here.
If it's not too aggressive, I don't think the refs are going to be calling much this morning.
Possession's going to stick with the Mansfield All-Stars as we're just about 13 minutes gone by. If you're just joining us, the lone goal of the match, produced by Gage Potter, second-team All-Ohioan in Division II this season of the Lexington Minutemen.
Dished out by an Ontario Warrior, who gets the assist.
And the snow really starting to come down here. It was chilly this morning, but we didn't have any of the snow flurries until right as the player introductions were about to go down. So sometimes Mother Nature, she's got a sense of humor and, you know, just waiting, holding on to these little flakes of snow until the last minute, and now unleashing them out here in Ashland. And it's setting up for, you know, it's kind of a fun atmosphere, I guess. You don't typically play a ton of soccer in snow.
Yeah, fun atmosphere for us because we're not out in it, though.
I think players like it, don't they? Maybe.
I mean,
we'll have to ask them.
Playing football, I enjoyed a snow game every once in a while, and it is starting to stick on the turf.
That's going to stick in the back of the net. Gage Potter again rifles this one and somehow snuck through on the left side. Just got past the keeper for a 2-goals-to-none advantage.
It was so sneaky that it caught us off guard. Just got the good bounce underneath the keeper, goes in, and it's 2-0.
So Potter, the early frontrunner for our Sandusky Bay Pancake House player of the game. Got some gift cards to give away.
Pancakes sound really good right now, Brian.
It is still breakfast time, but I guess pancakes good any time of day. Just one of those foods.
How often did you have pancakes for dinner growing up?
More than I'd probably like to admit of the Eggo variety. Once they came out with those pancakes that you could just put right either in the toaster or the microwave, my mom figured out she didn't have to cook for me anymore. I could handle it myself and had quite a few of those meals. As Weaver makes a nice jump off his line to come out. Can't clear it, though, because the wind.
Yeah, that completely caught it. The ball just stuck there, spinning in midair. Finally drops down, but the Mansfield area All-Stars able to get back out.
And Andrew Mills, nice run down the sideline. Good-looking tackle, though, taken away by Andrew Hansen. And that through ball just has not been there for the SBC players so far.
Yeah, they've been having trouble finding feet early on, and maybe lack of practice together. You know, they're just a little bit out of sync to start, but a lot of time left.
Sam Finley puts it down into the corner, but it's going to go out of bounds. Trying to find Noah Mylander. So Mansfield All-Stars looking to reverse the field, and Daniels comes back, puts it into the middle now.
Jordan Lyons.
Oh, what a pass up to Potter, who's going to play it out in space. The run was just a little bit late there from Walker Frankhouse. As you see on the Tritico Sign Company replay, I think the Potter was expecting a little bit more ferocity there on the charge, trying to get a goal.
And I think Frankhouse was expecting Potter to just take it and try and get the hat trick early on.
Now Daniels loads up. It's going to be set up for Frankhouse.
Nice save.
Put it right on the keeper. Can't be any closer to a one-on-one situation than that. Excellent save.
You look at it on the Tritico Sign Company replay. Right here.
And now another shot is going to be blasted, and it's going to sail wide from the right foot of Nate Kramer.
Mansfield All-Stars peppering that goal early on. 8th shot, 5 on target, 2 in the back of the net.
No shots yet for the Sandusky Bay players. Another creative pass to Potter, looking for his third, but he's going to leave it off for Frankhouse. This time he delivers 3-0 in favor of the Mansfield area All-Stars, and Gage Potter been a part of all of them.
Potter showing off why he's an All-Ohioan. Got a couple goals, sharing the love a little bit right now. It's 3-0.
Going to get some wholesale substitutions coming in for the Mansfield All-Stars. And want to give some love real quick to the referees out here braving the weather too. Andy Baer and Eric Satterfield are two officials out there. And nice start, Travis, here for the Mansfield area All-Stars. We talked about a bit how they typically dominate the action when these Sandusky Bay teams meet up with these teams from the greater Mansfield area. It doesn't go well for them in the regular season, and that hasn't always been the case in this All-Star game, because when you can combine all of your top players, you know, it's kind of the great equalizer. But so far, you know, the Mansfield players kind of flexing on them here, really playing some nice defense, and then offensively they're starting to get more creative.
And despite playing from different high schools, most of these guys play together on club, and it's showing. They're kind of reading each other on the offensive end. They're finding feet, and up 3-0 already as we approach midway through the first half. And we had a mass substitution for the Mansfield squad as well. It's the other half of those All-Stars now taking the pitch for the first time today.
Tackle from the backside, taken away, but then right back as the footing was lost on the play there by Mylander. Here's to Lil Gregory of Mansfield Senior, who just checked in. And John Harris now of St. Peter's. And speaking of Peters, Peter Tem just texted me and said, yo, don't get it twisted. Gage Potter is a first-team All-Ohioan, buddy. The list hasn't been dropped yet. But, well, actually it was dropped in front of us. I thought that he was a second-teamer. Probably belongs on that first page. But sometimes I don't read so good. He is indeed a first-team All-Ohioan.
As well as Gage Weaver from Ontario,
who just a junior, so not able to play in this game. All 12th graders out here on display, folks. In a mini blizzard here at Ashland, so not ideal soccer conditions.
Unique, though.
But definitely an experience for these guys.
And the field's starting to get covered a little bit.
Gregory.
The ball's going to be slipping around now.
Yeah, nice fancy pass there to Ross Pruitt-Miller. And another turnover. As heading the other way is Cisco. Good looking through ball. Angling towards the net. Weaver there for the slide tackle.
Though.
Yeah, but the play all negated. None of it actually happened. Offsides.
It was nice, though.
Yeah, just about a foot offsides you can see there. Had a step.
I think that was Noah Mylander. Just a step or two offsides. And I was thinking, are the refs going to let that play? It's an all-star game. Maybe just a step or two offsides. Are they going to let that go? Apparently not.
Well, you got to still play by the rules. Yeah, you know, the rules is the rules, Travis. Can't be breaking them. And this one.
They were going to let that go. He was offsides by a foot. So
yeah,
I guess it just differs on how far offsides they were.
Another ball played into space. Looked like another real close call there. But it doesn't matter. Weaver, who had 13 shutouts, a program record for Lexington during the regular season. Being solid in net so far, has not really been challenged, but has made the right reads when he's needed to come off of his line and disrupt any offense from really getting started.
Yeah, defense and goalkeeping was the
on their bodies to stay warm. I never understood.
Or to add on that, how many coaches are out there in shorts?
Well, definitely, you know, the Lucas coaching staff. That's kind of their thing.
Huge gust of wind just completely killed that pass.
Now some volleyball being played. Gregory, such a creative, nifty player with the ball. Loads up, but the keeper there gets away from him, but then he scoops it up. That's Jake Thompson.
All of the elements coming into play right there. It seemed like the wind actually blew the ball out of his hands.
Definitely some big gusts making their way through the Ashland area right now.
This is going to be one heck of a story for all these players to tell, a couple years from now. Hey, I played in a blizzard, and no big deal.
Gregory uses his body to shield off the defender. And they're going to stick with possession. Referee says the throw-in will belong to the Mansfield All-Stars. And looks like Jacob Hathaway is going to chase it down. He's got the big, strong arm for Lexington. He can certainly chuck it into the box, but maybe not in these type of conditions. So just going to play it back to Gregory.
Maybe going the other way. Second half, maybe we'll try and see if he can chuck one down there. But when he's throwing it in anywhere inside the 30-yard mark on the football field, it's like a corner kick for Lexington.
Just not a lot of continuity being created so far by the SBC All-Stars. No great build-ups yet.
So, Brian, you've seen most of these players that are out here today. What would you say was the best soccer moment that you've seen this season?
The best soccer moment.
On the boys' side. We'll
Well,
get to the girls later.
Of course. All gentlemen out here. Really good question. There were some fun games that we covered this season. I'll have to get back to you here. Let that stew around in my brain for a little while. Get you a solid answer. Here's a look at the collision. That's stop play.
Ross Pruitt-Miller from St. Peter's.
Yeah,
got his bell rung for a second.
For sure, yeah. It fell down kind of strangely there, like he lost temporary thoughts and ideas of where he was.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to be okay. So we'll get back to action with a drop ball. And that's Cisco that puts it deep. Collins couldn't catch up.
Quickly, Mansfield back into the SBC zone.
Pass just behind McLaughlin. But the SBC squad having trouble clearing. As that one's gunned up over the top. Shot from Alex Kistler of Clear Fork.
That'd be good yesterday and Friday, but not today.
Kistler,
40-yarder.
Yeah, dynamic playmaker for the Colts this year. Went back and forth, playing a little bit of defense, sometimes a move up offensively. Had 11 goals for the Colts, one of their leaders on the year. Now here's a good ball opportunity, but the cross, no problem for Weaver. And nobody making a real ferocious charge either for the SBC squad.
Adolfo, well, actually Sean Delk from Sandusky. It seemed like he pulled up just a little bit at the end, and that was the difference in Weaver getting that ball. Another near pass just out of the reach. I want to welcome everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube, live and free, this morning/afternoon. I think it's still morning, right? I'm usually not functioning fully at this time on a Sunday, but today I am. Offsides.
So no goal that time for the SBC squad, but one of the better build-ups that they've had. Good-looking pass into the box, but still waiting for that first official shot. kind of crazy. Almost 27 minutes here into this first half that they have not been able to produce any offense. I think you more have to credit the Mansfield players for possessing, keeping it in the attacking third, as here they go again. Good pressure, though. Disrupted that one by Jacob Robinson of Edison.
And it's just this Mansfield team, they're playing more as a team, despite having multiple, players that have not played with each other, some in club, but more playing like a unit right now than the SBC. But give them a little bit more time. There's still 13 minutes left in the first half. I think they'll get it going.
Gregory lets that one slide through, and it's going to lead to a counterattack. 4-on-3. As that ball intended for Delk. And finally a shot, but it's off target.
Delk, a little bit of contact there.
I think that was Collins who unloaded the first SBC shot of the morning. Mansfield squad reversing field, now back to the middle, and they have found feet pretty consistently so far in this match. Some of these runs, I think, are just getting cut off short because guys might just be cold. Let's just be honest out there. Or, a little bit of snow comes in the eyes or something, and he's just not ready.
Another shot wide. I think there's still a warm-up cone out there on the S and Ashland.
You know what there is, but
I was confused at what that was at first, but they're so cold they're not even picking everything up.
The 18 has so seldom been occupied here on this offensive end that the cone hasn't been a problem yet. We'll see if anybody recognizes that.
It's going to be interesting to see how long that stays out there.
Maybe Weaver getting in some drills when the ball's down at the other end. Oh, big touch there from Kistler. So an opportunity, and that shot, I think that got deflected.
You know what, Brian? I think that Mansfield bench, okay, they're in the shorts and everything, but I think they'd rather be up here watching with us in the press box right now. They look really cold.
Not too bad, I don't see guys like... Oh, well, actually, we have verbal verification from our Hayden Gray down on the sideline running camera. Guys, feeling chilly. But that's the price you pay playing soccer in mid-November, folks. This is Ohio.
And another thing, they have to do most of their work once the ball goes out of bounds. There's no ball boys today. I think the ball boys saw the weather forecast and said, nah.
I see that we've got a couple of longtime best friends watching live and free from Ashland today. How about our OH reporters Garrett Parlett, Storm Blunchley chiming in the comment section, and they're going to be out here for the second game today for the girls action. So glad that they can take in some of the boys all-star game here, and from the comfort of, I assume, Storm's house.
Casa de Blunchley, yeah.
And maybe Linda Mendoza's got them some Sunday breakfast treats prepared. I can only hope for those two. They like to put away some food.
Yes, they do. And hopefully, boys, you dress warm because forecast says this snow is supposed to continue throughout the afternoon. So, yeah.
Goody gumdrops. Hey, a lot of folks around the greater United States start making it Christmas season once November rolls around. And I don't know, Travis, I think I'm starting to get the Christmas spirit with the snow coming through. And, I've always been such a huge proponent of, hey, give Thanksgiving its time and its day, and let's start thinking about Christmas when December rolls around. But the more that it's put in my face, you know, you just kind of maybe want to get in that Christmas spirit a little bit early, and I think that the weather is starting to have that impact on me. Maybe I'm going soft, and I might start being one of those people that starts throwing on the Mariah Carey Christmas album a little bit earlier than normal.
Well, your mind's going to change in about 3 days when it's back to being 60 degrees and you want to go out and golf.
Oh, that's true. You know, I haven't played golf in a while, but that sounds like fun.
We need to go.
Gregory, big heavy touch there, but I like the build-up and the counterattack with the St. Peter's counterparts. And how about that? Spartans and Tigers of the TY variety coming out here and playing together in harmony. That was Harris with the pass, and it was on target. Gregory, usually he's a really solid finisher. Just had a bit too much behind that first touch.
Yeah, and how much is this wind playing a factor?
It's got to be.
I want to see when the field switches here, that shot once again killed off by the wind.
And it almost looked like it was going to stay in bounds for a second.
Yeah, it almost came back at him. But I want to see these Mansfield area players in the second half. They have to, add a little bit more effort on these kicks when they switch fields. We're going to see how long it's going to take them to adjust and, maybe not get as much power on these passes.
And on the flip side of that, a bit of a wasted opportunity here for the SBC kids. They've got the wind at their back, and this is a strong wind, so we haven't seen them take very many shots. Well, I don't think they've taken any shots really from distance to try to just see if they can't get some of that wind favoritism to carry the ball and put Weaver in a tough situation. Hasn't happened yet.
And with 7 minutes left, not too much time for them to do so. Weaver, I believe, will be in here the whole match.
Yeah, the only goalkeeper on the roster. Well, Ben Sanchez of Loudonville might get some minutes in there too. And on the Sandusky Bay side, I believe they also are just going to roll with a one-keeper system with Thompson. And my producer, that's his last name too.
Adam
he looked
Thompson
at me
in here.
He said, nope.
Yeah, you're going in, bud. Forgot to tell you that today.
Well, he's got his mittens on and
he's
bundled
shivering
up.
in the warm press box. That's how cold he is right now. Just looking at
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't
falling.
send him down to protect the woodwork. Thompson doing a fine job. The other one. Throw-in is on the money. Flip forward. Tenon Shrek couldn't do anything with it, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. So a throw-in coming up for the SBC dudes,
who substituted once again, so their starters back out. Walker Cisco from Edison can try this throw in.
Really whips it in there, but it's going to be right at Kistler. Now they go back through Alex, taking his time, being patient. And you love that. You love guys that are confident with the ball and they don't ever feel rushed. That's the sign of a true playmaking player.
Exactly. Calm, cool, collected in pressure. That pass just too strong.
Here's one of those guys, Garrett Weaver. Rolling it out here to the near side. And, oh, how about that on the bench? Check it out. Watching the OH report.
Give us a wave, boys. We see you down there.
Very cool. I always find it interesting, and I see this every single sporting event that I attend, that people in the crowd are watching our live feed. So they would rather have it from the OH report than with their own eyes watching it live. It's awesome.
It's great to see. I hope you guys are staying warm down there. You're all huddled up around not the campfire, but the cell phone. Trying to
hopefully
stay warm.
there's some heat radiating from that, but we can maybe send down some hot cocos for you guys at the half. I know that the player of the game is going to get some $5 gift cards to the
Pancakes.
Pancake House. You can warm up with some maple syrup, a couple of coffees, as we've got a shot deflected here. One of the better opportunities we've seen from the SBC. Chris Grace of Sandusky, 17 goals during the high school campaign.
Hey, and there goes the cone. They finally found it and kicked it away.
Yeah, it took
It's
them
still rolling, too.
36 minutes, actually, to finally get into the box. It's been
Yeah.
kind of a one-sided affair here. It's a good-looking corner. The header, too. Sailing just a bit too tall.
You've seen with the SBC in the last 5 minutes, they've controlled most of this pace. Had a few chances. That was their best chance. But they're starting to apply that offensive pressure. I think they're playing more cohesively now as a squad. And they're getting things going. Down 3-0, but hey, this is an all-star game. These games can flip it, just flip of a switch. They can change.
I definitely like to get some shots on frame here. Test Weaver in between the pipes.
Double nutmeg.
Oh, and the pass out in space for Gregory. I think he was a bit offsides, and they will blow the play dead. So you can see it here. Yeah, full yard offsides.
You'd like for the SBC to maybe get one goal in here before the break.
Well, not if you're a fan of the Mansfield All-Star team. Depends who you're talking to. Definitely would make it a lot more interesting if they can trim the gap, make it just a 2-goal differential going into the break. And this is nice. Well set up, but the shot from Joey Lensick just pulverized it.
Finally, one of those shots from distance trying to test Weaver in this wind, but it just carried. Man, this wind's really picked up in the last 5 minutes from what it was.
Yeah, no question. It looks like our sideline camera guy, he's taken a few snowflakes into the eyeballs. So he's going to take a quick break here.
The unsung heroes of the OH Report, those sideline cameras.
I was actually thinking about that on the drive back from my football game last night, where my camera operator was talking to me about how she couldn't feel her fingers or toes until, about halfway through the drive back to the Mansfield area. And I was like, man, if you just got to learn how to talk the sports, and you got to be in the heated press areas. So, I can't say that I fully miss being down on the sideline, but it does also immerse you in the game and gives you better perspective on what's going on down there. So in some ways, the OH Report was founded on just me being inside of the huddles, hearing what the coaches are saying to the players and the conversation down on the field. So it goes both ways. I like being warm. It feels great up here, and the perspective, it's just different than when you're down on the field. I guess I just said that whole long story to say thank you to our camera folks who are down there still getting those great shots for you and taking it in from the sidelines.
Yeah, I like being down on the sidelines between week 1 and 8 in football when it's warm. But that's what makes us unique, Brian. We like getting right into the huddle.
It's fun.
Angles that nobody else in the area will give you.
And that's a shot from a fun angle right there. Lensick, more of a defensive player, getting involved here today in the All-Star game on the offensive end. And that one sails right over his head as we're going to go to the break with the Mansfield All-Stars on top. 3-0 over the SBC Studs from the Sandusky Bay Conference. We'll see if they can generate some more offense in the second half. Still 40 minutes on the way. We'll take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back, and we've got some awards, I believe, that are going to be given out at the break. So come back for that.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, NCOSSCA Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with NCOSSCA.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Oh my goodness, what a catch!
This is the NCOSSCA All-Star Game. The boys on display in Mansfield area getting the best of the first half. They're on top of the SBC 3-0. I am Brian Skoronsky alongside Travis Berardi here on a snowy afternoon in Ashland. And the conditions are definitely interesting out here, Travis. It's making for
football weather.
Some unique football today,
yes,
for
yes.
sure.
The wind especially.
Yeah.
It was on the SBC side, but I don't think they took advantage of it.
No, they didn't. We only saw 2 shots from them, as we'll go ahead and show you guys the first half stats here. couple of those, both of them actually coming late and from distance. So they didn't really fully utilize the shots with the wind.
No, they didn't get many from distance. There was a couple that they flicked on, but Weaver really wasn't tested in that first half. And on the other side, Potter, most of those shots coming from Potter, 2 goals and assists, Frankhouse with the other goal. Mansfield playing the better soccer at the moment, although SBC, they were picking it up towards the end of the half. And now we're going to see if they can keep that going when they're going against the wind.
So Mansfield All-Stars generating more offense in the first half of action. They had the more creative build-ups, no question about it. And we see that there's somebody watching from sunny Florida right now whose grandson, Quentin Adams, is on the SBC team. So thank you for chiming in, and thank you to Decorative Curbing LLC, Valley View Company for sponsoring today's halftime stats. Travis, give me some thoughts on what we're going to see here in the second half. The wind's going to be going in the face of the SBC guys. We saw some of the big guns for the Mansfield area generate some good creative touches offensively and some snow angels being made out there in the midfield.
Why not? Why not? I mean, it's a unique situation, so the Huron guys are out there, if you can see in the left side of the screen, doing some snow angels, but the wind is going to be a main factor here. We saw with the Mansfield area players going against the wind. Now I want to see if, Gage Potter and some of the other guys just try and kick it in from maybe the 40-yard mark just to see if they can get a goal. I mean, this is the game, the match for you to try that stuff. It's an all-star game. Let's make it fun. Let's see if we can get a Taylor Huff-esque 50-yard goal in the top shelf. You have the wind going with you. Might as well try it. You're up 3-0 too.
And to be perfectly honest, I know it's a little bit harder in soccer than to do in other sports like, say, basketball. We haven't seen much razzle-dazzle guys just trying to blow you away with, some type of a crazy move to get around you, flipping it up over their head, bouncing it off their head a few times. I thought that we would see maybe a little bit more of that. Maybe first half, all business. Second half, we'll get a little bit more clowning around. Who knows?
Maybe they're just too cold to think about doing it.
The conditions certainly are probably playing a factor. I don't think there's any question about that. The Mansfield area squad, smart. They went into the locker room at halftime to warm up a little bit. They, of course, have heated facilities here at Community Stadium, and they're showing us out on the sideline. There's a lot of snow cakes on the backpacks for these players. Wow. Just wow. Lots of snow.
And, also SBC stayed out, but, it's a little bit colder off the lake as well. They're used to this weather. It's maybe 10 degrees colder always than it is from down here in the Mansfield area than it is up on the lake because of all the wind and everything. So maybe that's a factor. They're used to this.
And we're going to have the one, the only Chris Laux joining us on the headset here in just a couple of seconds. Chris was down on the field at halftime. You saw we had the picture-in-picture while we were running our commercials of the male winner this year of the scholarship award. So, Chris, welcome to the broadcast. Tell us about the winner from Vermilion High School this year who got the scholarship. Give us some insight on him, and then also give us some details about the scholarship as a whole.
Yes, sure, no problem. The winner this year was Gus Matheson from Vermilion. And it's every year when we at our district meeting, coaches nominate not every coach, but coaches nominate the person that's going to be up for the scholarship, and then the head coaches vote on who receives the awards. And it's such a hard vote because these people, these kids
so many standouts.
Oh my gosh, and most of them are like over 4-point, grade points. They're active in all kinds of things. It's just really incredible. So, yeah, Gus obviously, with his. Did you talk about his soccer honors yet or not?
No,
so, okay.
Dive right in, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, he was over 4 years. He was first team all conference SBC in both 20 and 21. He was first team all district North Central in 20. honorable mention conference and district in 2019, 4-year letter winner, team captain this year.
Wow.
He was a defensive and team MVP in 20. So academic honors, 4.101 GPA. Wow. Top 10% of his class, National Honor Society. Now, here's the thing that got me the most. He also played golf this year.
There we go.
He was the SPC Golfer of the Year.
Dang,
so he played
awesome.
he played golf and soccer. I mean, to be a two-sport athlete is pretty incredible.
Not all players are created
That's
equal,
right.
Chris.
Yeah,
This is
that's
quite
right.
the resume.
Yeah, so anyway, he's SPC Golfer of the Year, 4-year letter winner in golf. He's on the swim team come this winter. He'll plays basketball.
What?
Yes.
Two
That's right. Swim and
Sets of
basketball.
sports.
Yes,
Two
yes.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, Eagle Scout involved with his church youth group. So yeah, again, pretty incredible kid, and I'm telling you what, all the nominations we get, the kids are it gives you a good feeling that there are some good kids out there still in the world.
And lets you know why Gus was chosen. I mean, that is a laundry list of accomplishments. 4 sports in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing. That's some dynamic.
I've coached some 2-sport athletes at Clear Fork on the girls' side, girls that have run cross country or played golf, but it's rare. I mean, there's not too many of them. So yep.
You two are a rare specimen, Chris. Running this whole show here today. The weather, the snow, unloading itself right as the player introductions were being announced. What type of weather typically are you guys accustomed to playing this All-Star game in? Have you seen snow in the past?
We haven't seen snow.
Great.
I mean, I think we have seen some flurries, but we haven't seen stuff that actually is starting to kind of accumulate out there.
Yeah.
I just took a picture of the ball down there. I guess the ball is gathering ice and pellets on it. So they go to do a throw in, and they have a ball that's got the pellets from the turf embedded in the ice on the ball. So, but we've had some decent weather. What we've done over the game has been pretty consistent for the last 10 years, where we picked that Sunday after the state finals. So the state finals in Columbus were Friday and Saturday, and that's what most of the districts do. The All-Star game. So there's the All-Star games going on all over the state today on that Sunday afterwards. So. There's a shot on goal. Mr. Weaver gathered.
Walker Cisco from Edison with the shot.
Walker's an All-Ohio player. So have you talked about that on your first half of the broadcast, the All-Ohio players that are out there today?
Yeah, tell us some more, Chris, about these guys out here participating today and some of the awards that were brought in at the All-Ohio level, because, not everybody has this list. We're one of the few.
Yes. Yeah, well, it was released, I think, it was supposed to be released yesterday afternoon. Now, I think they took it back off of our OSSCA site, because I think they wanted to there were some corrections they had to do to it. But, yeah, the way that process works is there's actually 10 coaches associations around the state. There's 8 districts that are involved when it comes to tournament play, and that's run by the state organization, the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Okay.
But the honors is done by the Coaches Association, which is separate, which is the OSSCA, Ohio Scholastic Soccer Coaches Association. So there's 10 of those districts, and those districts all select their all-district team, and then the top vote getters from the individual districts then are presented 2 weeks later at the All-Ohio meeting, and those same coaches then vote on All-Ohio selections. So these are the people from our district that made All-Ohio, and competing today on the boys' side you have Gage Potter, Jack Deppersmith, and Walker Cisco. So Gage was first team All-Ohio, and the other 2 were second team. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that insight about how the All-Ohioans are selected. That's a big shot that just sails over top there. I believe that's Carson Lavengood of Ashland.
You saw the wind actually curve that back in towards the net, too, just over top of the bar.
So, yeah, I think some people are unaware that it's actually 2. So the state organization that runs the tournament doesn't actually do the selection, or the media do the selection of the All-Ohio teams. I think it varies with sports. Most of the sports, the coaches associations are the ones that select the All-Ohio. Oh, nice save by Weaver there.
And off the rebound, big shot. Too much sauce behind that one from Turnin Jazrani of Sandusky.
Great first save, though, by Weaver. Playing against the wind, it was coming far side, able to dive, make the save, and then get back up in case that second shot went right at him.
So I think the football is still done by the media as far as the all Ohio selections, but I think most of the other sports is done by the Coaches Association. So, and it's not a perfect system, Brian, but I think with soccer too, you have a lot of positions that don't really gather a whole lot of stats. So it's nice to sit in a room with coaches that understand the importance of a defensive center mid or a strong center back, where you don't really have the goals and assists and those types of things, but that's a quality player, and that player really is what makes that team run. So
yeah, I would definitely say that it's better to have coaches sit down and pick those awards as opposed to media, because there's so much bias out there. They, I think, only allow newspaper guys to vote for it too, so people like me that see probably more teams than most reporters don't even get an opportunity to weigh in on that kind of stuff, Chris. So I definitely would say that it's an imperfect system, but soccer seems to have about the best method that you can to get it right.
I think so as well. And then again, each district, the number of players that can be nominated forward for all Ohio honors is based off of the number of teams in that division from your district. So like division, our biggest division in our district is D2, boys and girls.
Sure.
So we have 15 teams in both those, boys and girls in D2. So.
Man, look at the field conditions having a big impact now.
Yeah, and just the snow continuing to cover. It's cold enough to stick now, and it's got to make it tough to pass that ball. The ball's just slipping around on the field now.
Yeah. I think, though, that's one thing nice. I think turf's a better option, though, than grass in this situation for sure. So, and I think this is relatively new turf at Ashland, too.
Yeah, they just had this put in.
Oh.
Another great save by Weaver coming off his back line. He's so aggressive, and we talked in the first half about the fact 13 shutouts for him, and this Lexington team only allowed a half goal per game throughout the season. That is truly an incredible statistic considering the level of competition that the Minutemen put on their schedule, including the tournament action. So great stuff from Garrett Weaver so far here in this match. Keeping a clean sheet.
Yes.
And the SBC teams continuing to apply pressure from the last 10 minutes of that first half. They've really picked it up, Chris.
Yes. And in the past, with this boys game, we have done this breakdown of SBC All-Stars versus everybody else in the district, which is mostly Mansfield area. But
we like it.
Yeah, and so that's been fun to do that way. And we've had some competitive games in the past. On the girls' side, we kind of mix up the talent level a little bit more because the Mansfield area teams have traditionally been a little bit stronger in the past couple years. So
yeah, we had some great debates over the last few days about what to call both teams in the girls' All-Star game. So we finally settled on just boring old home and away, Chris. But boy, we had some whoppers that were going around. Just weren't sure how any of them would be received. So.
Right. Yes. So
another shot here. 2 in the last minute taken by the Mansfield area All-Stars. But quality goalkeeping here in the second half. No goals yet here in the opening 7 minutes. Jake Thompson with a pair of saves.
Did the SBC make a change in the keeper?
Oh, I don't know.
He's wearing a penny now.
Maybe it isn't Jake Thompson.
I'm not quite sure who that is. Yeah, I mean, and I appreciate you guys. They're wearing their individual jerseys, so you've got duplication of numbers, and then you've got people that are wearing hoodies and various things as well. So it's getting a little bit harder. So
this might be the case where there's a defender or a non-goalie on the roster, maybe getting some time back there.
Could
It's
be
an all-star game. You never know.
Yeah, he's got on a red cap, so that kind of narrows it down for me. Could be a kid from Port Clinton. You know, I know Oak Harbor's got a little bit of red in their swag and their gear too. So we'll try to get some clarification on who's back there playing goalie.
Maybe his teammates that are watching down on the bench could let us know. Saw they were watching the feed earlier.
Oh, are they really? Okay.
Yeah, always cool to see always report in the stands, Chris.
That's right. That's right. Well, we appreciate what you guys do for high school sports in the area. It's really incredible. So it's amazing what you guys have. Well, how much you've grown over the last couple of years and what you cover now. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, give some quick love here to Chris. I believe you were like basically one of the first sponsors ever before we even had the name OH Report. I think you just sponsored BS Media Productions for some video stuff, working out of my basement.
That's right. Way back when you did that, I think it was a football show, like a Saturday morning football show.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks a little bit classier and more professional in 2021 than it did back out of my living room, my home office in 2017. So thanks to people like you, Chris, we've been able to evolve and become what we are here today. So we definitely we salute you guys, the sponsors as well, for helping turn us into a successful streaming company.
Well, I think it's awesome what you do, and I know that especially during COVID, that's when it really, the ability to because you couldn't attend games as easily. So it's nice to have that live stream option, without a doubt. So.
And I believe with today, that would make us the first area streaming or broadcast company to do soccer, basketball, and football all-star games.
I hope so.
Yeah, so
we'll wear that badge of honor.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
Well, I think next year we talked about, Brian, and you maybe kind of implementing a skills contest.
Yeah.
I think there's some things we can do to spice it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Today, maybe after the game, we could have a snowball fight. Could be something to get into the mix here, Chris.
That's right.
I was thinking of an idea. Put G and Storm in the goal and see if they can, how many they can stop together.
You just like to abuse those guys, don't you? Is that part of the process?
They love it. Oh, they love it.
Well, it is. There's a whole hazing ceremony that goes on, and it could be fun. Maybe running cameras down there from inside of the net, both of those guys, and see who can stop the most shots while also doing their job.
There you go. I think we have something in the works. So.
So look for that in the girls' game. Anything else you want to throw out there, Chris, for the viewing audience? Before I'm sure you got a bunch of stuff here to do.
Yes. Well, no. More than anything, I guess same thing. Just want to talk about our district. One thing I'll tell you a little bit about the history of our district. And actually, it was an Ashland person that kind of got it started. As I mentioned, there's 10 coaches association, but only 8 districts. Well, there didn't used to be that way. There only was a coaches association that was affiliated with a tournament district. And Jerry White, who was I think he started out as a boys coach, and I think he started the girls program here at Ashland. Our kids were having a hard time getting recognition back then. I'm trying to think what year it was, but because that Northwest District was so huge, and we didn't play anybody up there, the coaches didn't see it, so we go to this meeting, and we could never get any recognition for the players in our area. So he was the one that actually broke away the teams in this area and established the North Central District. And Jerry's in the Hall of Fame, our coach's Hall of Fame, and his son Pete is the assistant coach over at Crestview in Ashland. So it's really we got to credit Jerry for the fact that this district was established, and then again our area and our district in particular is really starting to gain a lot of notoriety and with the quality of play. I mean, culminating with a Madison championship last year on the girls' side, and that really brought a lot of attention to our district. So.
And we're seeing teams like Shelby in their second year doing some good. Mansfield Senior picking it up. Galleon on the boys' side, we were saying earlier, finished second in the MOAC only in their, I believe, third year. So Crestview coming back, they have a boys' team for the first time. in quite some time. So soccer really, it is picking back up in this area.
Definitely. And obviously, Lexington's run on the boys' side the last several years, and Ontario. I mean, talk about those two programs have just gone at it on the boys' side for the last couple of years. So, on the girls' side, Madison and Ontario, I think they've met in now 5 straight district finals.
That is correct.
So,
Madison winning in them all.
Yeah. Yes. So yes, no, it's again, soccer in I know the Mansfield area, but really all up and down the district is definitely improving and starting to get notice around the state. Because I go to these state meetings, and sometimes it's dominated by Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus,
the bigger cities,
sure. Yeah. So, but we're starting to make our mark. Oh, here we go.
Now Gregory with the shot, and wasn't able to keep it on frame.
I think it deflected off an SBC player. No, they say
No,
it
just
not.
Shot never made its way back. But that was an excellent charge on the counter-attack there, and some patience being displayed by the wing to carry it to the last moment.
Look at the wind.
I know,
Jeez.
yeah. It's definitely affecting things now, isn't it?
Yeah, nice tackle to take that away from Kistler from the backside from Jacob Robinson of Edison.
I think that's Gage Potter down there faking the throw in, even though he's standing on the sideline.
He already has 2 goals and assists. What's
That's
that
right.
on
That's not
the
a bad day.
scorebook?
Yeah. So, I'll be back up, gentlemen, when we talk about the player of the game. So we'll have a little something for them. So
sounds great, Chris.
Yeah.
So Chris Laux, guy that's making everything run here today, joining us. Appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, no problem. Thank you.
So still looking for our first score here of the second half, but the Mansfield All-Stars have been generating some good-looking attacks here over about the last 10 minutes. Unique lineup out there for them, as these are the second-string guys.
Yes, for the Mansfield squad, unless they switch things around. I know Gregory from Mansfield Senior was on that second squad. He's out there right now. But I did see, while we were talking with Chris, the Mansfield area guys, we're trying to take a couple shots from distance, play that wind.
Kistler funnels it forward, but you see just the footing. So tough. Fun pass there for Gregory, who may have a throw-in coming up. There hasn't been a signal from either of the officials. It looks like actually it'll be SBC.
It's one of those make it take it. If it's your thrown, you have to run all the way over and get the ball back. It's like backyard soccer right now, Brian. This feels like it with the weather and everything.
And probably the field conditions probably have an impact on some of the the dribbling and the ball skills that we would normally see in an all-star event where guys would try to make some crazy one-on-one moves. But here today, just keeping your feet moving forward at a premium, as another save is made by the mystery goalkeeper out there. Really tough to tell who it is. I mean, because he's got on
the number. Yeah,
doesn't look like he has on his game shorts. I just don't know. We'll try to get some verification. It looks like our Hayden Gray is all over it.
The unnamed keeper. I did see, I think, the trio from Crestview, Mary Leeper, Anna McFarland, Frankie Dinsmore arriving here for the girls' match. It's going to come up about 1 o'clock.
Let's go. Lady Cougs in the house. Good-looking ball to Cisco on the run. Hathaway there for the defense.
Draws the foul.
Just about at the midway point here of the second half. All 3 goals came in the first. Gage Potter with a couple. Set up the third for Frank House.
Referee helping out.
Tying his shoe, huh?
Yeah. You got gloves on. You don't want to take the gloves off and get your hands all cold, so the referee's helping out. MVP candidate right there, the ref.
So we have received word that Josh Collins is playing in net from Oak Harbor.
So you're right on you're right on the school.
So Josh, typically a goal scorer, 18 led the Rockets this year, had a 10 assists too. But it's an all-star game, man. You know, just trying to do something fun and fresh and unique. Deflected on the shot. The second one into the hands of Weaver. He's able to gobble it up again. Looks like Isaiah Gonzalez with a couple of shots there. Willard Products.
Good job by the defender there to cut off his angle, help out Weaver.
And dive in there, Collins. Not afraid to give up the body. And good-looking punt here, too.
Into the wind. That's really impressive.
Here come the Mansfield All-Stars. Working it through the midfield. Last pass won't connect, though. But sticking with it, John Harris to the middle of the field, was looking for the shot attempts.
Joey Lenzik there with the tackle, clears it away.
And boy, the first true snow that we have of the season. Really starting to come down fast and furious here. Ball's going to sneak through into traffic.
They have numbers.
So Gonzalez to the outside.
Nice pass off to the right.
And it's Sandusky. Jezrani. Sorry, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced.
Jezrani, possibly.
There's some Lexington guys out there having a good time, actually getting interviewed. An Ashland guy. 2 Ashland guys and a Lexington guy.
Andrew Mills, Carson Lavengood, and Gage Potter as they check back in.
Probably, I think you could argue the 3 most impressive offensive players that we've had so far here today. Really like what we've seen from Mills. He handles the midfield duty so well. Great at possession and just getting others involved. We also saw him with a couple of good-looking shot attempts. Him and Lavengood play so well with one another. Actually, it's Lavengood.
Lavengood.
Don't want to get
That's
that wrong.
Right. You know
I remember that
when we were up at Ashland, the Ontario match, it's Lavengood. That's right.
Sorry, Carson. And to your father, too, who corrected me.
And Ashland had a pretty good run this year as well.
Yeah, they did. The girls, a little bit better run in tournaments than did the boys, but Arrows won 9 games this year. Play tough competition, of course, D1 once they get into the tournament. And it looks like the players who just checked out for the Mansfield area squad heading to the locker room.
I'm guessing they're done for the morning?
I don't believe.
Or they're on their way up here? They wanted to be up here.
Are they coming up?
I don't know.
We're gonna need a few more headsets.
Although I feel bad for Hayden down on the sideline. He was trying to get OH report written down, and then the substitutions came on, and they just trekked all over our writing.
He just finished writing the T and report, and then the mass substitution came in, and they stomped all over his party, and now it's just a bunch of foot scrapes. But we appreciate the work that you put in, Hayden. Good job.
Going above and beyond service for us here.
18
It's all about the
minutes.
branding.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I see he's got on the OH Report merch down there. So keeping the brand alive. As the SBC All-Stars, if they want to keep their chances alive for getting a dub, going to have to start generating some offense here. As Lavengood squeezes it through Potter. Now he'll set it up. Good-looking ball, but it's deflected. And now Gage with the hat trick. We'll see what he has in store for a celebration. I think he's going to come sliding in on the knees, maybe?
This would have been a perfect time for Snow Angels
There it is.
There we go. There's the Snow
Weaver
Angels.
comes out for it.
Yes.
And they're all doing it at the football 30.
Ooh.
Wow, how about the leap up by Garrett Weaver? Let's go. And even some of the SBC guys went down and were making some Snow
Why not?
Angels too. I saw Jacob Robinson. You know it's a good celebration when it ends up on the Tritico Sign Company replay.
Exactly.
Way to go, boys. So 4-0 now in favor of the Mansfield area.
Jeez.
Who they showed me, I think that it was actually Laven Good at halftime, just pointed to his bag and there was just a ton of snow just all on top of it. And it's going to be the same case when they're done here today.
Might I add, these soccer players really know how to make a snow angel. There's some quality ones down there, Brian.
Next level stuff.
Counterattack for SBC, but
There's not a lot of fury behind that shot, and likely because the footing just wasn't great for Chris Grace. So Alex Kistler, the only player on the bench now for the Mansfield area squad, who, there they are. Looks like they're calling it a day.
actually it's a couple.
Oh,
that's
is that the ladies?
girls are
Okay,
arriving.
excuse
the girls
me.
are arriving.
I was
They
gonna
might
say,
want to call it a day after
how
seeing
did they
what
get
this is.
changed so fast? And how'd they get that long hair extensions? Boy. Nope, that's some of the girls that we're going to see on display here in the afternoon affair, where it's a mixed match of all of the teams and athletes. It's not Mansfield area versus the SBC All-Stars because, well, like Chris laid out for us, the Mansfield players are just too darn good, too much talent out here in this part of the state of Ohio, so they have to blend them all together and makes for a more competitive afternoon. And I think it could be a bit more fun too for some girls to play with kids that not necessarily familiar with. You're meeting them for the first time. Could be new friendships blossoming here this afternoon.
Well, like you have Ashland and Clear Fork players on one side going against Lexington and Ontario and Madison, so one more chance for them to go at each other. But then you have the rivals of Lexington, Madison, and Ontario playing together. So we'll have to see about that, especially those Ontario-Madison players. Madison taking that district championship away from the Lady Warriors.
Again.
And what they thought was the best chance at a run this year, but Madison able to take that away and win their 5th straight district title. But that'll come up at 1 o'clock. We still have about 15 minutes left here in the boys. I want to see another goal. I want to see another celebration like we just did with the Snow Angels.
Interception here taken by Jair Flores of Willard. And you can see the condition and the footing really a problem. Soccer, not a sport that is necessarily suited for these type of conditions. Football's a little bit different.
Yes.
But it looks like these guys are, maybe the word enjoying would be a bit too strong because of the coldness and stuff, but it looks like they're embracing the fact that they're playing out here in the first snow that we've had in 2021.
Yeah, that's right. This is the first accumulating snow we've had. Perfect day to do it.
So here's Frank House from outside of the 6 or the 18, had his pocket picks. Now Potter back in more of a defensive role. He's already had his and probably is going to end up being our Sandusky Bay Pancake House player of the game.
He's getting free pancakes. We can just say it now. 3
All right.
goals and an assist.
Gage, we're going to definitely hook you up with some pancakes here today.
Pancakes. Gotta love them.
So we'll maybe bring them up into the booth for their interviews. Yeah, I initially was thinking about going down onto the sidelines.
Do you really want to go out into that?
I think that we'll allow him to come up here and warm up the temps of his toes. Laven Good lays it off.
Oh, nice
Good looking
pass.
through ball.
Oh.
But the shot just missed that time from Ontario's Tyler Daniels.
And we saw most of this first half, that ball curving back towards the goal. The one time when the wind dies down is right when he kicked that. Didn't get the curve.
I couldn't even tell from the replay there what happened. Too much snow.
Well, and then you have a white...
Big juicy flakes.
You have a white soccer ball on just a completely covered field. You can't see much. These are big snowflakes falling down, too.
And if you're just joining us on the broadcast, folks, there was 0 snow until the player introduction. So all of this has accumulated since the match has started.
And it's supposed to accumulate throughout the rest of the day as well.
Yeah, we've got some big, fat snowflakes coming through right now. These are some whoppers, and they're sticking. Scaring away some of the crowd. I see some are heading for the exit with just snowballs caked on top of their heads, and these are some fun times.
I think we have an offsides call. Goal kick. So
yeah,
you know what? It was just looking at the feet marks. He was out of bounds. I think he was looking for the out of bounds line from the from the end zone and not the yellow line. I don't know, but it's a goal kick.
Well, you see the players now, they're actually drawing the line down the sideline so that the referees can see it. So we appreciate your services down there. Look like St. Peter's John Harris helping outline the field.
Unsung heroes.
Jacob Hathaway, too, from Lexington. So we're singing their praises, actually.
Yeah.
Scoring opportunity potentially here. SBC All-Stars on the attack with Grace.
Alex Kistler, really good defense there from the Clear Fork Colts.
And I think he didn't know if he was still in bounds or not when he turned in.
This is great.
That. Now Laven good.
Nice run.
Yeah, moving forward. They're going to set it back up here for Potter. Boy, he wanted to launch that one like a missile. Now Laven Goodwill. And pretty solid goalkeeping, I got to say, by Josh Collins here, who he's making a snow angel after the save.
I don't know if we were going to be able to have a replay of... Yeah, there it is, of Potter trying to turn the traction on his shoes, but unable to get the kickoff.
You don't have that ABS on your sneakers these days?
I guess not. You have to pay extra.
Definitely be a worthwhile investment here for this All-Star game. As Chris outlined for us, this is the first time that they've actually played the game in snow.
And this is whiteout conditions right now, too. Huge flakes.
Yeah, these snowflakes, folks, these are the size of quarters. So for those of you watching at home, stay there.
Trying to watch at least. It's just...
If you can see what's going on.
Now, I've seen, on TV they've shown replays like fog games in the NFL where you couldn't see anything. Now I understand. This is phenomenal.
I mean, our clock cam, you can't even see
it looks like static. This is awesome.
So there's 9:15 remaining here, folks.
This is live and free for you right here.
Weaver can't even clear it. I can't see much of anything
Handball
here
called
on our monitor.
Oh, we're going to have to go radio calls. Mass substitutions once again for the Mansfield squad.
Oh, are they? Oh, those are people.
The one negative of wearing white today.
So the starters checking out for the final time for these Mansfield area All-Stars. Potter, MVP performance today, 3 goals and an assist. Been a part of every single score. The lone first-team All-Ohioan that we had in the match, too, so it just kind of makes sense that he would step up his game here in this type of setting. Such a fun, dynamic, playmaking player. We'll have a conversation with him here in about 10 minutes.
You got to think with some of these players on the sideline, moms watching are like, put something on your head, you're going to get sick. It just, I'm cold up here just looking at this.
Probably our top cam, Jory Hollenbeck, thinking that. Where are these kids' gloves?
It's flu season. Stop it. Layer up.
Clearance, an issue right now for the
I don't
SBC.
even know at what part of the field we're at now.
Here's a cross into the middle, deflected though. It was intended for Harris. Hathaway now to the near side.
Sam Jackson McLaughlin from Clear Fork had it for a moment.
Now the giveaway by the SBC, so the Mansfield squad trying to get another goal. Counterattack could be set up here if they can get it going forward. Jazrani of Sandusky playing up top for them, but Hathaway defending nicely, the Lexington kid. And I see that our sideline camera, Hayden Gray, coming back up into the booth. The camera completely frozen with snow.
Oh, okay.
And
Thanks
he's
for the
throwing
snow.
some of it at us.
Good snowball. Snow, apparently.
Yeah, this looks like the sticky kind that you could ball up real nice, and maybe that could be part of the equation. We joked with Chris about it today. You know, maybe a good snow fight after the match could be appropriate.
Yeah, that should determine who wins if in case this next match is tied. Don't go to PKs, go to just a good old snowball fight. Determine the winner.
You saw Collins, who typically a midfielder, showing off some of the foot skills there. I think that he was trying to take it out like it was a green light. Oh, nice pass for Jaleel Gregory. Sets it up for the left foot.
Nice slide tackle at the last second.
That was Robinson of Edison deflecting it for another corner kick. This should be a fun set piece. Nobody seems to want to go over and take it, though, for Mansfield. And man, this is just a bizarre scene out here. You have never seen a soccer match played in conditions like this. I guarantee you, folks. It just doesn't happen.
Unique to say the least. That's a decent corner, too, from it. They tried the bicycle.
It was like a half-hearted attempt at it by Harris there. And now here he is.
Trying to show you the replay, but not.
Boy, it's tough to see what's going on out there sometimes. Down to 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Mansfield again creating a turnover. Doing their best, trying to find Harris in the middle of the field. Him or Gregory. Now McLaughlin sends one and knocks the snow off the play clock.
Oh. I'll take the Tritica replay of this. Just completely knocked the snow off of it. Oh.
And our Hayden Gray can't eat very many foods because he's one of those gluten-free snobs, so he's out there just scooping up some snow and just shoveling it right into the old kisser there, eating some snowballs.
Don't know if I would recommend doing that, especially off of some of the surfaces here, but why not?
I saw the maintenance crew out here, you know, keeping it clean here at Community Stadium, so if you're going to eat stadium snow, I'm sure this is just as good a place as any. As we're down to our final 3 minutes, folks. Such an interesting game. The second half, the conditions have just totally flipped. You know, in the first 40 minutes, there was an impact, but it was mostly generated from the blustering winds.
Yes.
Then Mother Nature started to giggle and throw some of her, sense of humor at us.
Yeah. Oh, you got some wind here, but let me add it on for you. Here's about a ½ inch of snow in 40 minutes' time. And just to think in about 3 days, all this is going to be gone when it goes back to 60 degrees. Because Ohio.
Yeah, so make sure that you keep your golf clubs out, gentlemen, ladies. Good-looking ball. Could be a chance for the SBC to get on the board, but the snow, it's just so deep down there. You can see that nobody's been down here in a while.
They tried, but they need a plow on the front of that ball just to get it through the snow. As you see, it's turning into a snowball, just rolling across. The snow's just collecting on it.
And I've seen a couple of snowballs just got exchanged here, thrown from one side to the other. Shrek of Sandusky pelted. Who was it that he just hit with?
They're out there throwing snowballs at each other while they're playing. This is good.
Yeah, I think it was Ethan Ports, the defender, who got slugged by one. So this might just erupt into the snowball fight that we've been asking for, unprompted by these guys. As a great ball into space. Oh, even better tackle last second. Looked like Kistler's going to be one-on-one with the keeper, who's not even really a keeper, Josh Collins, but he's doing a great job. Well, he surrendered one goal in this second half.
And that was a tough shot, too, that he was unable to save.
So Ports now getting into the offensive mix, tripped up. And now look at where Weaver is. What is Garrett Weaver doing? He wants to get in on the scoring action. Nobody back defending. It's an empty net situation. It's like a hockey game out here, but it's hockey weather, so why not?
This is what we were expecting earlier on in this match, not in the final minute, but shenanigans like this. That's what makes all-star games so great.
So if the SBC squad can... If anybody's got the leg to just drive it, there's nobody defending.
Well, it's smart, too, because it's against the wind.
Now here comes Weaver up. Look,
they're giving it to him.
Oh, he's going to get the last shot.
Oh,
but a diving save. The keeper with the shot, and then the non-keeper playing in the goal, Josh Collins, making a diving save to end things. Fun way to bring us to a conclusion here with the Mansfield area squad on top for nothing. Great stuff here in the closing minutes. So some handshakes and some snowballs being fired out there. Good times all the way around. We'll take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back with our Sandusky Bay Pancake House player of the game, Gage Potter. It's the final stats too. Keep it with us.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, COSSCA Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with COSSCA.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Bro, there's so much space in here.
Oh my goodness, what a catch!
Now back with the Sandusky Bay Pancake House Player of the Game. No question about it. Gage Potter involved in every single goal today, had a hat trick, and then also an assist too. But we first need to know about these conditions and what that was like in the second half. We knew that there was going to be snow on the menu, but boy, we got a healthy serving. I'm sure you're not used to playing soccer on conditions like this.
Definitely not. I mean, I've played in many Novembers of soccer, but I have never played in this much snow. It was cold out there, that's for sure.
You got to take me through the Snow Angels after your third goal. That was fun to watch.
Yeah. At halftime, that was our game plan. We just wanted to get one more because we knew it was going to be tough with the snow, but we wanted to get one more, and our celebration was going to be the Snow Angels.
Nice.
Take me through the first half. You were really creative offensively when you're playing with guys that you're not accustomed to having out on the field with you. You know, what's it like in the beginning portion of the match, and how much do you decide to go one-on-one and just do what you do versus trying to get other guys involved?
Yeah, I mean, actually, a few of the assists, Gage Johnson, he played me some great balls in on the left side. He played left wing, and I played with Gage when I was 10 to maybe 15. So actually, I played with a lot of those guys out there because we were all on the same club team. So it was good to get back on the field with them. But I mean, I tried to go one-on-one a few times, but they were usually collapsing on me. So I passed it to Walker, and he tapped one in there for that assist.
Definitely unique, the fact that, I mean, you know, you're rivals with a lot of these guys, and now you got to team up with them. What is it like for a Lex dude being out there and playing those plays with like Ontario guys and Clear Fork dudes?
Yeah, I mean, obviously mid-season it's always a rivalry with every team that we play, but coming to the end of the season, it's nice because we all are the best on our team. That's why we were selected. So it's nice to put all of our talents together and get a win today.
And we got the All-Ohio selections. Congratulations.
Yeah.
First team All-Ohio this season. I imagine that's got to make you feel warm inside, even though you're kind of cold right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep, I'm honored to get first team thanks to Coach Peter. He does a lot for us.
All right, Gage. Well, you are the player of the game. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to go to the Sandusky Bay Pancake House.
My man. Well, we've got two $5 passes for you to get in there, get you warmed up with some nice hot syrup and some cakes. So enjoy it, man, and enjoy just, you know, this great weather that we have on hand.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Gage Potter, our MVP. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back, wrap things up here for the boys. Stay tuned.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, COSSCA Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with COSSCA.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
Man, what should I listen to on the OH Report today?
Dude, listen to the Friday Night Pigskin. You got highlights and scores from all around the area.
The OH Report podcast has more than just football.
No, listen to the Pigskin. The Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin. Pigskin.
Podcast.
Pigskin.
Why not
Podcast.
both?
Pigskin.
Podcast.
Dude, clean your ears out, man.
Oh, there's so much space in here.
Goodness, what a catch!
All right, well, it's been fun here. Really interesting all-star action for the boys. But, hey, we got the girls' game, and because of the conditions, they are moving it up about 20 minutes. So we have no time really to get ready. We got to get out of here. Thanks for watching the boys. We'll be back with the girls' all-star action right after this.
Look how green it is.